This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode.
This is All Sports All the Time, episode 143, and we can actually knock on wood on the background.
So that means the Eagles will never lose again, right?
Well, yeah.
Knock on wood. It's a real background.
Although,
Yep, we've got a slightly different setup, and so to celebrate, we got a,
Yes.
something.
I could have gotten it, but that, okay, yeah. Ow, that kind of hurt.
What
Because
happened?
it's
What did
real
we get?
wood now. It hurts.
Did we get like food?
Oh, I want food.
Me too.
What's your favorite food? Why don't you tell me?
Yeah, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Parker, what's your favorite food?
I
I don't know why I'm doing this. I have real microphones.
like Parker's
That's
favorite
totally
pasta.
That sounds delicious.
It's chicken in pasta with some cream and stuff.
That's amazing. I love sushi. Sushi all day long.
Sushi.
I could eat sushi for days.
Wow. What is this? Whose is this? Is this
It
for
is
me?
your birthday present.
Okay. I've
Somewhat on time. More on time than anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got.
One of our
That's-
more timely gifts.
Oh, I thought if I was getting a birthday present, it was gonna come in like July. Like,
That's a valid thought.
It took
For
us 3
us,
months to get
for
lyrics,
us,
so
that is a valid thought.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fair.
hit the camera.
You make sure it's recording because,
Yeah.
like, it would be a terrible prank.
Don't
if
open
it
it.
had just not been
Nope, we're
rolling
chilling.
this
We're
whole
chilling.
time. Okay. All right.
This is a very if I had to guess, I have no clue what I would guess.
If I had to guess, I would have no clue what I would guess.
Because it's very
squished your head.
like the
Thank you.
size, it seems like a basketball goalpost or something.
It wasn't from a sketchy website. I can promise you that. Because it actually arrived.
Ooh,
It
wait.
was not from a sketchy website.
You're giving me a box inside of a box.
Yeah.
So-
Now, for those of you listening, this is a box that's probably, I don't know, how long would you guess, Luke? 4.5 feet long?
Oh, at least, if not.
4.5 foot long, thin rectangular box, and
Well,
Parker
think
just
about it.
dropped
If
this
you
gift
put-
on the
If
floor.
you put a ruler up to that, that's probably like.
Like, maybe
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
stand next to it.
Okay, this
No,
is the
that's
smaller
probably-
box,
I'd say
though.
that's like
that
four-
one was a little bit taller.
I'd say, yeah, it's probably 4.5. I'd say close to 5. Actually, that's probably about 5 feet.
5 feet.
That's probably
a
about
5
4.5.
foot tall box, and then a 4.5 foot tall box inside of that 4.5, inside that 5 foot
Now,
box.
what are the odds there's another box inside of this
It's
box?
I
just
don't know.
Russian nesting doll of
Did
boxes.
you open it before he opened it?
To make sure that it
Yeah.
came.
Have you? Okay. So did you add all these boxes, or was there?
I did not know it was
Okay.
like this. It was like this.
Yes, let's go! No way, just in time for the championship.
They should have filled it out this
You
year.
didn't get to use it yet.
Sweet.
Is it now? Oh, I don't.
So it's
actually
dry
know.
erase.
Is it a sticker or what?
It is a giant sticker, so you have to
Put it on your
peel
wall.
off the back and stick it to your wall.
Parker.
I don't know
When we
about
get
sticking
home-
it to here.
No,
that
no, I
might
just
not
wanna
be.
see it.
You do, dude. You have to document. You have to.
When we get home, Parker, do you want to put it on your wall?
You have to film you guys sticking
will.
it to the wall. So it's I don't even know the dimensions. It's a
Oh,
large.
please.
Here, we gotta center it. It's a large bracket.
Parker, do you have room on your wall for this?
Yeah, oh yeah, I have plenty of open wall space.
And it's 2022, so it's like he's gonna fill this out next year. It's like, oh, why 2022?
because it was our year.
Yeah, it was
It
the
was
year
our
we went to a
graduate
game. It was the year we graduated, so all that.
But
It's got
they're
all the
all-
same seeds, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And didn't you find one with already pre-filled out teams? Like, why would you spend the
It
money
also
on
has
that?
the first four
Oh,
for
nice.
you,
That's
so you
good.
get the full effect.
That's sweet.
And yeah,
Let's
it's a
go.
giant sticker bracket.
I'm gonna have this
2022.
forever. I'm going to have this forever.
Now my thing is, when you stick it on the wall in your room,
It'll be on that wall forever.
are you able to can you take it off of the wall?
I might
Definitely.
need to
Will it lose-
stick it
Well,
on like some
even if
wood
it
or
loses its stickiness, you could peel it off and then tape it.
Yeah.
Probably.
He does have a point.
True.
You just need some strong tape
Yeah.
because it's pretty big. So, yep, the road ends here, New Orleans.
Wow, thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is amazing because I'm gonna always, every time March rolls around and I get super excited, I'm going to have this and I can write down all of the teams and have
There
it
you
as
go.
a big giant memento. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. It's there you go.
And it wasn't a sketchy website?
No, it was Fathead.
So it is a sketchy website.
No, Fathead's
that's
a
like
legit.
that does
that's a
all
legit
like the
thing.
big. Like,
They do the
player
giant
wall
like stickers. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, that's good.
There's them. So.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should just hold it. I don't need the boxes. Well, not the whole time, but like, I'll just take it home with like this. Sweet.
He's gonna sleep with it tonight.
Yeah.
He's curled up in bed, just hugging the bracket. Oh man.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to see you put that up.
Oh yeah.
Fill it out. It is a shame that you have to wait like a whole year to
Parker,
use it.
Should we
but,
plan
yeah.
for Owen early so we can have it for his actual birthday? July
Yeah, we
4th is a
should.
Monday.
What a
We
novel
should plan,
concept.
like,
July
right now.
4th is a Monday.
We should
so
plan, like,
we could
tonight.
obviously we record.
I like how he said that as
that
if it were
Saturday.
like revolutionary. Guys, we should probably plan these ahead of time, huh?
What a great
Since
idea.
we never ever do.
What a great idea.
I've got a great plan. We should come up with something so we can actually give it to them on their birthday instead of we thought this was good. This is 2 weeks after his birthday.
What's the actual?
Not
Like,
terrible.
what's the podcast birthday?
We'd
I know
have
we
to
dedicate
look
the one
It's
that
coming
up.
soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sometime in June, I think.
That's what I was saying. I knew it was closer to your birthday.
I'll look into it. Do you guys have a topic you want to start with for episode 143 while I look through this? The March Madness would be on topic. With
Sure,
the
yeah, let's go with
bracket
March
and stuff,
Madness.
So
Right now, as of right now, it's very unfortunate that we record over the weekend.
yeah,
All
But as
sports.
of right now, it's UNC versus Kansas in the championship game. Man, it's going to be a great championship game. UNC has been playing at a insane level. Insane level. The guard play has just been absolutely phenomena. And they're versing phenomena.
Okay.
And they're versing Kansas, right? Who have also been playing at a crazy, crazy level. After they got by Creighton, it has been smooth sailing for them. They have got an easy win against Miami in the Elite Eight. In the Final Four, they got an easy win against Nova. Dave McCormick, they have so many guys that can just go off. Last time it was McCormick.
June 9th.
June 9th.
June 9th is the podcast birthday. It'll be turning 3 this year.
Dang.
Wow.
We birthed the child 3 years ago.
Don't say it like that.
It is our child, though.
You guys birthed the child. I was just an adopted parent.
True. Yeah.
Seven
That's
episodes
still weird. Don't like that.
It's
okay.
a figurative child.
Sure. You were talking about
Oh.
McCormick.
I'll be in
yeah.
California over the weekend of the podcast birthday.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Could we call you in maybe?
As long as, depending on when you guys record, because it is a 3-hour difference.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Wait, the weekend before or after the
I leave for
birthday?
California on the 8th.
Okay.
So if we could celebrate this weekend, prior.
We could celebrate,
But,
4
this-
days before the birthday.
This weekend.
We could do that. We could celebrate on June 4th.
Yeah, because it's a month before your birthday.
We get to do some
Yeah.
pretty cool things. We're going to go to a Royals-Giants game,
Mm.
likely, I
Uh-huh.
think.
Yep.
Um,
Because of your catcher friend.
yeah, he's my catcher friend. And then we get to go to Disney, and we'll get to go to the Avengers campus.
Yeah, that's gonna
And
be
the
sick.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Did you find someone in Sports Lit? We were watching a movie, Invictus,
Uh-huh.
and Parker tried to play your Marvel game.
Oh yeah.
Did you find
When did-
someone?
When did the movie
Morgan
come out?
Freeman, I think.
Dang it!
When
I
did the
thought
movie
that
come
I
out?
thought that it failed.
Oh, Invictus.
Don't know.
Is it older?
I think it's a little older.
Because my theory
We don't know
was
when it
also
came
stated
out.
after 2012.
Yeah, it was once Marvel started. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but I
remember
think-
Parker telling me, and then he didn't come back with anything. So I was thinking that was finally a win
2012, am I saying?
to the annoying game.
I think Morgan Freeman was in Marvel, right? Pretty sure he was.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's the basis of the game. Was that actor in Marvel? Probably.
There's a
I
likely
don't
chance
know.
that at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah. If they're A-list,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because Marvel gets all the crazy good people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Kansas, Remy, Jay, and David.
Remy has nice hair.
Remy, Jay, and David. That's
It's
all they-
great that
Or
Jay
JD.
plays for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, it is very good.
What is a
What
Jayhawk?
is, yeah, I was just about to ask that.
What's a
is
Jayhawk? What's a Jayhawk and what's
It
a Tar
kind
Heel?
of looks like a. That's a fair point.
We
A
don't know what
Jayhawk-
either of these are.
Whenever I look at the Kansas logo, it kind of looks like a parrot and a dodo bird had a child.
That's such a good description.
That's what a Jayhawk is. If a
Wow.
parrot and a dodo bird had a child,
I
it's a
agree.
Jayhawk.
That's amazing.
I agree.
Let's see. If we search Jayhawk, Kansas is going to come up, but is there an actual image of a real Jayhawk? What kind of bird is a Jayhawk? It was coined in 1848. Two types of birds: the blue jay, a noisy, quarrelsome thing known to rob nests, and the sparrowhawk, a stealthy hunter. Wait, so it's not actually a bird.
It's
a mythical bird. Kansas just made it up.
Oh, that's sick.
What is a tar
That's
heel?
so
now,
dumb.
Now on to a tar heel.
Hold on, I'm at Kansas. You can just make up a mascot? That's
Yeah,
lame.
no, that's smart.
Do you know how many teams just make up mascots?
Yeah,
No.
there's a
The
lot.
Detroit Lions.
A lion is a real thing. Okay. I like how the first picture that comes up for a tar heel is literally a blue heel. It's a blue foot with a black heel. Why is that a legit? Oh, here you go. A tar heel. 1861 to 1865.
That's
Why
the
is that
Confederate
Roll of
flag.
Honor,
flag?
Confederate flag. This seems like it's gonna go down a real bad rabbit hole. UNC, don't get canceled.
Yeah.
This could be a problem. North Carolina soldiers in the Civil War used it as an accolade. So I guess if you did something good in the war and you were in North Carolina, you were rewarded with I'm a Tar Heel.
But North Carolina was a Confederate state, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they were.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So originally in North Carolina, it was bad when
surprised-
someone was a Tar Heel because it meant they worked a lowly trade. But then in the Civil War, the soldiers used it as state pride.
The only reason they haven't gotten canceled yet is because people don't know what a tar
People haven't
heel
figured
is.
it out.
People like with the Redskins, obviously people were like, "Oh, I don't like their name."
Yep.
But nobody knows what a tar heel is yet or what it resembles. So people haven't canceled
Basically
it
a
yet.
tar
And
heel
they're
was...
not actively going around saying what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
We're here to break the news, everyone. A Tar Heel was a
Confederate
proud
soldier that-
Confederate soldier who did well from North Carolina.
Yeah. Yikes.
So I hope we didn't get them too
Whoops.
badly hurt. With all of our millions of listeners, I'm sure we'll make
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge wave across the sports community with that breaking news. I have one more question. What's a blue blood? Because you
Oh, I
hear,
know what that is.
why is it called a blue blood though? Sorry, is how I should phrase that.
Because all the schools are blue and they all have deep tradition in basketball, college basketball. Simple.
But is that
Makes sense.
blood?
Yeah, like
They have...
Yeah, when you
blue
I was
blood.
thinking like blood feuds, like they're all rivals.
No.
No, I think it's more just like when you say something like the blood runs deep, it kind of refers to like the, I don't want to say heritage of it, but like the can't think of the word. Parker, what's the word you use?
Well, like
The legacy.
The legacy of basketball in
Tradition.
those schools, the
Mhm.
tradition, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like with the Final Four, it was Villanova, Kansas, Duke, UNC, and so you kept hearing blue bloods. And I was like, I know what that means, but I don't know what it means in the literal sense.
Uh-huh.
The term blue blood came to be associated with the aristocracy simply because it was not uncommon in earlier times for European nobility to have skin that appeared to have a blue cast.
Yeah, so like nobility.
So like the
these guys are
royals
the-
would kind of have like bluish tint on their skin.
These are the
Probably because they were so pale.
Privileged, noble families that were wealthy and powerful tend to have a slightly blue skin
Probably 'cause
tone.
they were
well,
very pale.
this isn't talking about college basketball though.
Yeah, but they probably got it from that. And so,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So
and they
they're
probably
like,
just adapted their
these
terms
teams are
to
like
their-
the royalty
Yes.
of college basketball.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it started with UCLA, and all the schools
Okay.
since have been blue.
When
Kentucky,
UCLA went on their
UNC, Duke,
their tear through college
Kansas,
basketball.
they're all blue, like color wise, like
Okay.
in their jerseys.
Yeah.
Villanova, they're all blue.
Blue's a very popular basketball color.
So why has Penn State not become dominant? They wear blue.
There's
No
a lot Of
excuses.
schools, there's a lot of schools that wear blue. I'm saying all the ones that
Yeah.
have become blue bloods
Mhm.
are because
yeah.
blue.
So like, for some reason,
Indiana isn't considered a blue.
Yeah,
blood.
if Indiana were to go on a run and win like 4 straight national championships, they can't ever be a blue blood.
No.
Could they be a red blood?
Yes.
Red-blooded Indianans.
Indianans.
The
Well, are they-
Hoosiers, the Hoosiers.
Are people from Indiana called Indians?
Probably not. Let's look this up.
Don't kid.
We're looking
about
up
to
everything
What are
today.
people from Indiana called?
I called them Indianans, but they were...
Maybe it is Indianans.
We're about
I
to
feel like
cancel the entire
it
state.
would
What
be
are
Indian.
people from Indiana called?
Come on, Siri.
Siri, you're being dumb.
Letting us
again.
down.
My Siri hasn't worked ever since I got a new phone.
Ooh,
Hey,
that's
Siri.
not good.
No,
Your phone is
now-
recording.
Now, go check the
Yeah,
recording.
you got to make sure it didn't stop.
Nope, I'm proving my point. It didn't stop. See? Proving my
Wow.
point. Siri doesn't work. It's very unfortunate.
Okay.
They're literally called Hoosiers.
Oh, Hoosiers.
You said Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. You don't pronounce
You said-
the I.
You said
It's just
Did I not
Hoosiers.
say
You said Hoosiers.
Yeah, you said Hoosiers.
Who's
My
Just
bad.
Hoosiers.
Luke
Is
said-
Hoosier a derogatory term?
Luke said, "Who's yours?"
Who's
Said,
yours?
Hoosiers.
What does Hoosiers mean?
Derogatory word for someone from the country.
Wow. So wait, both North Carolina and Indiana flipped what was a negative term into something positive. Good for you guys.
Interesting.
Taking the insults and making them compliments.
They
Well,
sound
I
like
feel like-
Nelson Mandela.
Yep. We did learn about him in sports
I was
lit.
gonna make a comment, but I'm not going to.
About Nelson Mandela? Or
No,
about
about
Indiana.
about the Nazi Party.
But that's probably a good call to not make a comment about that at all.
I was gonna say they did the opposite. They took something that meant good and turned it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't.
So
we
you
don't
said
like
you
that.
weren't going to make a comment about it.
And then I
you
did,
just made your
yeah.
comment. That was interesting move there. But yeah, in Sports Lit, we learned about Nelson Mandela. He was a pretty cool guy.
Oh, great guy.
Rugby, I wish I understood how rugby worked more because it seems like a fun sport to watch, but it's also confusing when you don't really understand what's
But
going
that's
on.
any sport? Like if you don't
That
understand
much.
what's going on, I feel like
That's
it's, like,
true.
We learned how to
not
play it in
entertaining.
gym, so I understood what was going on. And it was very impressive. The kicker, the rugby kicker, holy cow.
Yeah, I think NFL kickers should be like rugby kickers, where they just take the snap like a punter, and then they have
That's
to kick
legal.
it through the uprights.
That's legal.
Yeah, but no one does it because it's way easier to do it with a holder.
But
I think
imagine
we need
if
to
you-
hold our NFL kickers to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Catch your own snap, man.
Like-
More people would go to more kickers would go to the Hall of Fame.
They
Like,
might.
Imagine if you brought one of those rugby guys over to football.
Mhm.
He would dominate.
Yeah.
You could literally run trick plays like that. It would be crazy. Like,
I mean, the Eagles brought over Jordan Mailata, and
Yeah.
he's a regular
No,
rugby
he-
player, so rugby to football
True.
transition
Yeah.
could work multiple
they also
ways.
brought over a prince from Africa. Do you remember that guy?
His name was Prince.
Oh, yeah. No, but he was a prince.
He was African.
And he was a prince.
No, I thought that was just his name.
No.
He was literally
He
a
was
prince.
literally a prince, yes.
Wow, I don't think he's on the team anymore.
No,
That's
he was very
unfortunate.
bad. It was unfortunate.
Well, at least he has something to fall back on.
True.
His royalty.
Yeah.
His blue blood.
Status.
That was European.
Duh.
Yeah, not African.
Well, but the Europeans took over land in Africa.
That
so
does not make that okay.
If it depends on where he lives,
Not
it
how
could have
that-
originally
okay.
transitioned at some point. No, we don't have to go
Sure.
down that
What I
rabbit
would
hole.
say.
Weird start to the episode.
Happy Monday, guys.
Yeah, to those of you who are listening to this on Monday, that
when
is
it comes out.
Thanks
yeah,
to
happy
you
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday for everybody
on
else.
other days.
Yeah.
And if you're later than a week, there's another episode out now, so you better catch up, I guess. Big news from the week. 2 big news items from the week. 1, 10-second takes basically got renewed for another season. Like a TV show, we had our intro. Everyone loved it, right, Luke?
Most people, but not everybody.
We put up a poll, and it was pretty overwhelming support for 10-second takes, so they are staying intact. Follow us on Instagram, and every Tuesday you'll get a very insightful, I think they're actually technically like 12-second takes, but we end
that
up
doesn't
making
flow
them.
as well.
Yeah, 10-second take Tuesdays, every Tuesday on our Instagram story. They're staying around. And then the other announcement is that I'm coaching a football team.
Yep.
That wasn't necessary at all, but
Owen is this is his first step in his career.
of coaching?
You're gonna have a widespread coaching career.
Well, I mean,
I wasn't planning on it.
like you. Well, see,
Get a haircut?
you were planning on being a broadcaster, right? A sports
Look
broadcaster,
up.
and you could be a sports
Different
broadcaster.
shampoo.
But this
That's
is your
it.
first step.
Just softer.
If
Luke
God,
identified. Sorry, Parker. Luke, in interrupting Parker's story, identified that my hair is softer, and I did. In fact, we got new shampoo
it is softer.
yesterday. How often have you guys touched my hair or seen it that you can tell? it's now
After it
softer?
went blonde, I touched it.
Daily
That's
basis.
true.
But then you touched mine too.
Word.
Okay.
I'm just really impressed that Luke looked at my hair, asked, "Did you get a haircut?" I said no, but I did use a different shampoo. And
I
he's
sit
like,
behind-
"It's softer."
I sit behind you in English. Like, of course I did your hair. It's just right there.
What were you saying about my coaching career? I regret going there now. That was a bad choice.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that. Hey, maybe you'll be a great coach and then take over for Bill Belichick. because you share so many common
Yeah.
similarities.
Commonalities. And then Baker can be your quarterback.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
you could
he'll be
pick-
out of the league by then, right?
But you'll have
You would
somebody
think.
But
that's
Owen, I
similar
thought
to
he was
you.
the
Maybe
best
Baker
quarterback
will be.
of all time.
I did not say that.
You did.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
if he's
You might
Tom
as well,
Brady,
No, I did not
If
say that.
he's
I
Tom
said he's
Brady,
a
he'll still
starting
be there.
quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
wrong.
you're 100%.
There's a lot
wrong.
of teams that are looking.
I'll
at
bring in
him for
Baker as my
backups, though.
quarterbacks coach. That's what
What?
I'll do. I'll bring in Baker as my quarterbacks coach.
Wow, you're gonna have a very unsuccessful team.
Yeah.
Anyway, this team that I'm coaching is 9 and 10-year-olds, so Baker would probably dominate them, right?
No,
Baker playing in a 9 and 10-year-old flag football league.
maybe a backup on one of those teams.
I mean-
maybe.
I mean, if it's two-hand touch, like,
Flags though, you got to pull flags. It's a little harder than two-hand touch.
Baker can barely move.
yeah,
Yes.
all the kids are at the correct level to pull his flag.
Mm.
So
Baker's like
their eye line is right with Baker's
Baker's
hips.
like a
It's
disabled
too
troll.
easy.
He can't move.
Yeah. Yeah, disabled troll. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
No comment on that one, but okay. And it would be fitting if you played for us because our team is the Browns. How great is that?
Did you get to pick that?
No, we were assigned the Browns.
Yep. And
Purely
Ellen was so
coincidence.
happy.
You won't show up to the game with your Browns against the world t-shirt.
I have that now.
Oh, you gotta wear that when
For
you go
coaching?
coaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. So that might happen.
Did you have fun at
We'll
your
see.
first practice?
It was good.
Do you
Crazy wins. So it was
Yeah.
hard to assess
Did
how
you
good our
establish?
quarterbacks were.
Yeah, I was.
but
Did you establish like somewhat positional status?
I think we did. Yeah, you don't need too many. There's no positions on defense except for safety. We have 2 safeties.
Everyone else just tries to pull a flag.
Everyone else is just like line up on one guy and follow him.
So it's just man all around.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're
there's
not
no line.
blitzing. You're allowed to blitz, but our team strategy is that we're not blitzing because
Smart.
we don't want the quarterback running around.
And they can't run, right?
They can't run
Only
unless they're
unless-
blitz.
Yeah.
Wait, but
And they have 7 seconds
But
to,
what
throw,
if you
to throw
just-
the ball.
Otherwise,
I mean,
it's
what
down.
if you get your fastest guy to go
To
blitz?
fluster the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be smart. But
And you
basically,
just say don't let him get by
with
you.
the rules, it's like blitzing is super complicated and it's really easy to like mess it up and get a penalty. Where it's like the ref has this like beanbag,
are the refs gonna?
and you
they're-
have to start from behind the line of the beanbag, but you can blitz from anywhere on the field. But you have to wait like a certain amount of time and then you can blitz. And it's just like I feel like it's way more complicated for them to try to be like, okay, I have to be here and go here at this time, and yeah. So we went against blitzing. We thought about we were gonna run one trick play, but we didn't have time. We have 1 practice and then we have 6 games,
Oh, I've got a story.
so we didn't have time to do our trick play. But I think our team's gonna be great anyway. So
That's amazing.
yeah, 6-0 I think.
Easy.
Maybe
Nice.
5-1, but we're shooting for 6-0.
because you have fast and tall guys. Did you get to?
We have
draft
2
your
really
team?
tall kids.
That
How
was
did you draft
amazing.
it?
No, they were assigned. We have 2
And
very
what's
tall
the
kids.
age group?
9 and 10.
And how tall are they?
I
Taller than
didn't
you?
measure them. No, they're not tall. Oh my word, that would be crazy. No,
I know they'd be overpowered.
I don't know how tall they are. I would guess maybe they're like 5'2".
That's good. That's
Pretty
really
tall
pretty
for
tall.
9'10".
Yeah, the one kid. Okay, I'll tell this story and then we can get to yours. The one kid who's the tallest on the team. His name is Kurt. He was like
Yeah,
the third.
he's gonna
Kurt
be an
Warner.
athlete.
Kurt
He was
Warner.
like the 3rd one there, and I looked at the sheet I was given that had like all of their like jersey sizes that they gave to me, and his said youth small. I was like, oh boy, and so they walk over. I was like, all right, that's his name. It's Kurt, and I looked at it and I was like, oh no, youth small. And so then his dad, as we're like looking through the bag trying to figure out like, okay, how can we like
An adult
mix and
small.
match this?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, we must have thought it was adult small because yeah, he's not gonna fit in a youth small. And I'm like, you think? And then he said it like 2 more times as we're like, well, I think we can give this kid like a medium, and then he can give you his large, and then maybe that'll work out. And Dad's like, yeah, because he's not gonna fit in a youth small. He's too big for that. I'm like,
His
yep, I
dad
know.
was so proud. How tall was his dad?
And then he not very tall, which
Really?
is surprising. He was like average height, but not like
How
crazy
tall was his mom?
I don't know. And then
How
he
tall
was
was
like,
his
well, that's
great-grandfather
the-
on his mother's
the-
side?
The connection was then his dad. The 3rd time he said it, he was like, "Yeah, youth small, definitely not gonna fit you. Like, not even close. He might need a youth extra large." That's what happens when his mom signs him up for this stuff. I was like, wow, just threw her under the bus. And if I'm being honest, if I was stereotyping, I would have assumed that you, sir, were the one who botched this, not his mom. But yeah, so that was fun. We're gonna order him a new jersey, so that'll all work out. So that was fun. The dad just really wanted to get that point across. That youth small was not gonna fit him. So,
Well,
What was your
I
story?
told Parker this morning at church, but I obviously haven't told you yet.
that's why,
So
or anyone listening to this.
Yeah, exactly. So I took the ACT this past weekend, by this past weekend, I mean yesterday.
You already took the SAT now.
I took the ACT yesterday, and I, like, there was the math section. There were multiple sections, but there was, like, this, on the math section in particular, there were 60 multiple choice questions, and you had 60 minutes to do it. Within 5 minutes, the kid sitting next to me already had his book closed and was done. And so the thoughts that were running through my
What?
head as I'm trying to take this test, I see this, and my thoughts are like, okay, this kid's either a pure genius, or he just does not care, and it's just not caring
Either
about
he
what he
aced it
does.
or he failed it.
But at the same time, like, you pay and volunteer to take this test. It's not like it's mandatory or anything. So, like, why would you waste money? But, so then afterwards, I was talking to him, like, hey, what school do you go to? He's trying to get to know him or whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm not in high school. I'm actually in college. And I'm like, then why are you taking this test? It's a college placement test. Or not a college placement test, but like a try to get into college kind of test. And he's like,
Here, wait, hold on. You already know this?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I guess the
Sure.
reason?
Yeah.
They placed him there as like a spy sort of thing, just to intimidate other students to motivate them to finish faster.
No.
Okay.
He
That would
lost
be-
his fantasy football league.
Yeah.
What better punishment for a fantasy football league than trapping someone in a room for 4 hours where they have access to nothing but their test booklet,
Yep.
and they are
Nice.
physically forced to be in there for 4.5 hours?
And so that's why he finished so fast.
Yeah, because he just filled an A for everything and just he didn't
That's
care.
great.
But like,
And
that's
then you told him, oh, I have a sports podcast, All Sports All the Time. We talk about fantasy football sometimes.
yeah.
No.
Oh,
Dude, I was so mad watching the vlog back. We should have told the guy who was complimenting our commentating that we have a podcast.
Oh,
I was like, how did we forget that?
That would have made sense. You guys are really good at this.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Oh yeah,
We
that's right.
have a
sports
podcast.
podcast.
I was so mad at
We
myself.
need to be better at plugging our podcast.
Not good enough businessman.
Yeah, I gotta be a better business person.
Should that be the punishment for our fantasy league? That you have to go take an
That's what I said. I said that to Luke.
ACT?
I think yes.
Because you would have to retake it.
I think we
Leave the
should do
rest
just
of
the
us.
SAT. I think we should just do the SAT.
I'd rather do the SAT.
Yeah.
Then ACT probably.
ACT
if you'd
then.
rather,
Yeah.
I think SAT is
Yeah,
shorter.
there you go.
All right, ACT.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah, it's the worst possible.
ACT.
Yeah, ACT is
Well,
definitely
that or
worse.
stay 24 hours in the IHOP.
Oh, well, that
I would
one's-
do that.
one's
That would
not
be
that
fun.
creative.
I would
Everybody
do
does
that.
that.
Yeah, but
Everybody does
because
that
it's
one.
a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be Waffle House because IHOP closes. I think.
Oh.
I don't know if IHOP's 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know why I would know.
We
Could do
have
24
to
hours in Sheets.
figure out what we're doing with fantasy football this year because people are going to be going to college and stuff. Luke's still going to be stuck here. We got to figure out
Unfortunately.
logistics of that, so that's going to be interesting. In the NFL, there have been a ridiculous amount of headlines this offseason. It's been probably the craziest offseason we've ever seen.
Definitely.
I think the only big moves that we did not discuss, we briefly discussed Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Last week we discussed Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins, and now Bobby Wagner signed a 5-year,
Oh my
$60 million deal with the Rams because, of course, the Rams were just like, why not? Let's just go all in even more
Again.
if that were possible.
Yeah.
And then also Bruce Arians retired. So
the Rams
between
are
those two.
the clear favorites for the
Devontae
Super Bowl.
Parker to the Patriots.
really, you would put? Oh yeah, that was pretty.
It's
He's a
not-
wide receiver too.
I'm just trying to read through all these.
Ben Simmons filed his grievance. I
Oh,
forgot about that.
yeah.
He filed a $20 million grievance with the Sixers, saying that he was unfairly withheld his contract, or his salary. So that one's gonna be great, super fun. Really looking forward to that one.
Ben.
But yeah, I would say the Rams and the Bucks are the clear favorites. I wouldn't say the
Agreed.
Rams are that much better than the Bucks. But it's going to be those two, and then there's definitely quite a bit of a drop off, probably to like the Cowboys,
The
the
Bengals.
Niners.
Bengals
Oh,
are
the
horrible.
Bengals
Nobody
are in the
likes the
AFC.
Cowboys.
Though.
Oh, we're talking about
The
the
AFC is loaded, and then there's
Yeah.
also the NFC.
True.
So
No, Cowboys are the worst team in the NFL.
I would have to.
okay.
I would have to second that.
They're not
I
going to be.
can't.
Pe-
They're
this
not that
and
bad.
this happens every single year. Oh, the Cowboys are so good this year.
They
They're
make
gonna
the
be good.
playoffs at least. You're
Yeah.
saying that they're going to finish with the number 1 overall pick.
That's not true. They're not that bad, but they're also not going to be that good. People overestimate them.
They do always
every
choke.
Single year. Every single year.
I don't even understand why people
I'm not saying the
root for
Eagles are going to be
Cowboys.
great. I mean, they're going to be the best team in the NFL, but like,
They're not the Cowboys.
yeah.
So that's a win.
And Jalen Hurts is going to develop even more this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Better than Tua.
And so
We're going to see,
Well,
everyone's
but
going
he
to
doesn't
see
have
how
the
bad
weapons.
Tua is.
Jalen Hurts made, as a first-year starter, like for the entire year,
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts already made the playoffs.
He did.
That's more.
That's
than,
really impressive.
That's more than Joe
On a run
Burrow
first
can
team.
say. That's more than Justin Herbert can say.
On a run
That's
first
more
team,
than
though.
Lamar can say. Actually, no, it's
I
not.
think Lamar made it.
It's more than Baker can say. Basically, it's more than almost any quarterback, except for Tom Brady and some others, can say. That they made the Super Bowl on a run first team as the first year QB starter on the Philadelphia Eagles with Devontae Smith as his starting wide receiver one.
And then
And Jalen
nothing
Reagor
else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somehow he made it while Jalen Reagor was on
exactly.
our roster.
And now if
you can make a
get rid
playoff,
of Jalen Reagor,
like
we're going to be even better.
Here's a question. If Jalen Reagor were to go to the Buccaneers with Brady, does that prevent Brady from winning a Super Bowl?
Yes.
What's the stronger?
actually tough.
What's the stronger
I
force?
ans-
Tom Brady's
I
winning or
answered
Jalen
too
Reagor's
quickly.
losing?
I think it. I would have to say Tom Brady winning, just because I don't think Jalen Reagor could have a starting spot on that offense because they have too many good targets.
If he were forced to start due to wide receiver injuries,
I don't know.
I would have to
Too
say
many
lose.
ifs. Too
I would
many
have to say
ifs.
lose just because Tom Brady can make the throw, but
he
but
just
so
drop
could
it.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Reagor
Yeah.
just could not catch it.
Yeah, true.
It's probably fair.
Yeah, they would just have to run the ball every time.
Dude, the most. You know how you always see, oh, this is an elite QB wide receiver duo. The opposite, the negative elite. Baker, Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor.
That is like the epitome of like
What's
down low.
Yeah,
We're
that's
always
the
hearing
worst.
about the top 5 quarterback wide receiver duos. Let's real quick. What are the
Bottom
bottom 5? Like that are actually on a team together.
Oof.
Marcus Mariota is the Falcons quarterback now. Marcus Mariota
Marcus
and
Mariota.
Russell Gage.
No, Russell Gage he's on the Bucks now.
You're right.
So who's even Cordero Patterson is like a wide receiver running back hybrid.
Yeah, but no,
He's
who's
good.
their actual?
He's
yeah,
good.
Who's their actual wide receiver one?
I don't
How
even
about
know who the Falcons wide receiver one
Davis
is.
Mills
Oh, and Brandon Cooks.
and Brandon Cooks.
That's a pretty bad wide
That's
receiver
pretty
quarterback
bad.
duo.
How
Yeah.
about Trevor
Um,
Lawrence and DJ Sharp?
Or Christian Kirk, whoever's their one now.
Yeah.
White.
Both of those are
or not
bad.
White,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Daniel Jones and Kenny.
Zach Wilson.
Oh,
Zach Wilson, Jameis Crowder.
James.
Is he,
Oh,
is
that's.
he still on the
I think so.
Jets?
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Jameson
No,
Crowder.
they have
Michael
Corey Davis.
Carter.
Corey Davis is their number
Oh.
one.
Yeah, Corey Davis.
Zach Wilson and Corey Davis is a bad quarterback
That
wide
is
receiver
bad.
duo.
I don't even know who's on the Jets.
Yeah. Daniel Jones and Kenny Galladay.
Mhm.
That's a bad one.
Mhm.
Who else? The Seahawks would be
Ooh.
Drew Lock. Well, they have DK, so they're fine.
Tajay
Yeah.
Sharp.
Oh my word! Yeah, I think Marcus Mariota, Tajay Sharp might be the worst
That's
quarterback
bad.
wide receiver duo in the league.
That's really bad.
Because
Ugh.
Calvin Ridley's suspended.
That is horrible. Yeah, I think we found the loser.
No.
there.
Yeah.
But do you know where Marcus Mariota went to college?
Oregon.
Yep. Good.
That was it.
What does that
Yeah.
say about anything?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you guys knew.
I didn't.
And then Bruce Arians retiring is just not really going to affect the Bucks that much. They'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
It's not like, yeah, Bruce Arians, great coach. We aren't old enough to fully like respect
Yeah.
how long he's been in the league. Like he's just been there as long as I can remember. So
What about the
It'll be
Saints?
weird without him, but-
What about the Saints?
Jameis win.
Jameis and Michael Thomas.
That's not bad.
Michael Thomas if he
Michael-
comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. Not bad.
But
So-
like last year, their wide
Pretty mid.
receiver one was like,
Oh, is it Daquan Smith or
yeah,
Taquan Smith?
Taquan Smith.
Taquan Smith.
Yeah, so that's pretty bad.
Or
Yeah.
not Marcus Colston. That was their other guy. Number 12, tall guy, dreads. He caught a bunch of jump balls in preseason.
Jared
Everybody
Cook.
got
No, that's the
Everybody
bad
got really excited. Marquez Callaway.
Oh,
He's their wide
yeah.
receiver one. He was all right. But yeah, that one was.
he was
interesting.
worse than Jameson.
It's amazing how Tom Brady was in the AFC East his whole career. and every other team was garbage. The Dolphins could never put anything together. The Jets had Mark Sanchez, the Sanchez,
But do you know why they were
and
garbage?
made it to 2
they had to
AFC
play Tom
Championship
Brady
games.
twice a year.
And then the Bills were also garbage. And then, as soon as Brady leaves, Josh Allen. The Dolphins are like a reasonably good team now.
You
The
know
Jets
why?
are still the Jets.
Because they had to play Tom
Because
Brady
they had to
twice a
pay
year.
for Tom Brady twice a year.
That doesn't
That's the-
automatically make you worse, though.
Yes,
Yes, it does.
Okay, so the AFC West, there's going to be 3 teams that are terrible because there's another
Yeah.
great team there?
Yes, like the Bills wouldn't have done anything special. Josh Allen wouldn't be viewed in the same way if Tom Brady was still there.
No, because he's
100%.
playing 11 other... No, they play them twice a year. He's playing 15 other games not against the Patriots.
Yeah, so
That's a big enough sample.
Take away 2 wins and add 2 losses. That's a 4-game swing.
Yeah, but like him as a quarterback, his talent, he'd still be great, and the Bills would be great. Maybe their win total would change by 1 or 2.
By
Look,
4,
no.
yeah.
Look at the NFC South, for example. I mean,
That's the thing.
You had the Saints. They had Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, and
Gone.
Alvin Kamara. They were good for a while.
As soon as Brady shows
Brady
up,
comes
though,
in, they're bad because they have to
Because-
all play
because
Tom
they
Brady
all have to-
twice.
Because
a year.
they left.
Brady makes
No,
things
because Tom
bad.
Brady makes
no,
things
Brady
good.
makes
He
things
just-
good, which makes other things
he
bad.
just timed it out right. It was at the
No.
end of
No.
Breeze's
It's-
career and
you
the
don't-
beginning of Josh Allen's career.
Any
Oh, and in life, you don't just time
any
it out
division
right.
that Tom Brady has played in has gotten
Yeah, you
has
can time
been
it
bad because he's been in it.
LeBron timed it out right, where when he was with the Heat, the East wasn't exactly loaded. And so they were able to kind of not easily make it through the playoffs, but like their biggest challenge was the Pacers. It was the Celtics one year, and then it was like the Pacers the rest of the way with Paul George. So LeBron timed it out nicely, where the East, or with the Cavs when he was carrying them through the East, people were like, the East isn't that good though, so the Cavs don't have to do that much to get to the finals. So like it does work in multiple ways.
No.
So you're not going to use it with LeBron, but we'll use it with Brady.
No, I'm saying that he didn't time it out right either, LeBron.
It just happened.
It just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. And they were lucky that it happened that
No,
way.
LeBron was good enough to where other teams, like, he didn't have to face them anymore. Like, when LeBron left, they
Yeah.
didn't have to play LeBron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't see where you're...
because
What
it
point
makes...
you're trying to make with
because
that.
When you play
LeBron...
a good player like that, like not a good player, an amazing, an insane player,
The
yeah.
you
best
automatically
basketball player of all
worse.
time. Yes.
Yeah, you see my point then.
Yeah,
so
but
you
you're...
agree
Okay.
with us.
I'm saying it not from the... You guys are looking at it from the perspective of the other teams, I think. I'm looking at it from the perspective of the player in Brady and LeBron in that
Yeah, and it makes
they
their
both
team
got
better,
lucky.
which essentially makes the
They
other
both
team
got
worse
lucky
'cause it
in the
guarantees
timing
2
of
losses to every other
where
team
they went.
automatically.
No.
But your environment still matters. Like, you would rather be in the NFC East than the AFC West. Just because logically it's easier.
There's a difference between Tom Brady and LeBron.
Yep, I agree.
Tom Brady-
One's black, one's white. One plays football, one plays
No.
basketball.
That was so uncalled for.
One... they both have 5 letters in their last name, though.
You gotta let me make my point.
And both their last names are like basic white guy names.
James and Tom. James and
Tom
Brady.
is not his last name.
James and Brady. Parker wears number 12 in volleyball. Brady's number.
TV12.
It's not. No, it's not. For Tom Brady.
PW12.
It's not for Tom
That doesn't
Brady.
sound quite as good, does it?
Okay, where was I gonna go with this? There's a difference. Oh yeah. There's a difference between LeBron and Tom Brady.
There is.
Yes.
LeBron misses the playoffs. Tom Brady has never missed the playoffs.
You're okay. Again, you can't compare
Just look at LeBron right now.
him making the playoffs.
Is he gonna make the
and-
playoffs this year?
No,
Exactly.
probably not.
Did Tom Brady make the playoffs last year?
It was easier for Tom to make the playoffs. All he had to do was beat.
It's
the
never
AFC
easy to make the
East.
playoffs.
It's not easy. To
Did
make
you see what the Patriots did?
Then you do it. You go in there and be quarterback. It's not easy to make the playoffs.
If it was easy to make the playoffs, then it wouldn't be such a race
It
when
was
it gets towards
easy.
the end of the NFL
It was
season.
so easy for the Patriots
Because
to make
they
the playoffs.
had a good team.
They had
and
a
the
first
best
round
quarterback.
bye every year for like 15 years in a row.
Because they had the best quarterback in the game that ever has played the game.
But they were also in a terrible division. And both things can be true.
Because they
Having-
guaranteed 2 losses to every team in that
being
division
in a terrible
every
division,
single year.
Being in it, okay. But if those teams were playing if those bad teams were playing other teams other than the Patriots, they were still bad.
Okay.
This is the AFC West again. The AFC West is loaded, and they're all going to kind of like take each other out. The Patriots had no one else to compete and potentially take them out.
Because they played football on such a high level compared to every other team. That not rendering other teams bad.
In that case, they would have gone undefeated.
Just rendering them.
And they did.
Exactly. One time.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to go undefeated in a sport?
It's been done once in history. 72 Dolphins. And the Patriots' run was technically longer because they went 19-0 or 18-0. They could have gone 19-0. The Dolphins only went like 17-0, but they won the Super Bowl and they never lost. The Patriots had to play more games. So technically it was the longest, it was the best undefeated season.
If Eli Manning didn't exist,
yeah,
Tom Brady would be like automatic GOAT. Like no debate. You wouldn't be able to die on this hill that you're on.
It's already pretty hard, man.
Yeah, but if he had gone completely undefeated, full season, won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that probably would have been.
That would have set it over
That
the
would have,
edge.
yeah.
For Owen, probably.
No.
We are what?
I've been very clear that championships are not my key determining factor in the LeBron discussion or the Brady discussion. Because it's a team sport. We don't have to do all of this.
Yeah, we're not doing this
We're
right
doing
now.
the
You're
generic
doing
sports
this.
talk.
You're doing this.
We're not doing this right now.
I was trying to have a discussion about the impact of the divisions, but okay, it's fine.
We kind of got on a rant.
Yeah.
Do we want to do any type of introduction of our new Philadelphia sports talk segment? Because I was going to transition to Phillies talk because opening day,
Yes, sir.
when this comes out, is just 4 days away. Well, basically 4.5 days away when this comes out. So basically I don't think we're going to do the full segment this time because we aren't going to talk about all of the Philadelphia sports. But basically, we've got kind of an offshoot podcast. It's not an offshoot podcast because it's still all sports all the time. But this is a segment that is basically like another portion of the show. And basically, in business and like creating podcasts and content, you want to find a lane, I think is the best way to describe it, a niche, where you're doing something that nobody else is doing. It's like a void that you've filled because no one else has taken this spot. And so our spot for this segment, and I think that eventually this, depending on the popularity, I think that this might actually be like a better podcast description. Because like all sports all the time, it's kind of hard. It's just like, yeah, we sit around and talk about sports. But like this segment has an actual purpose of like a niche that we're filling. And so Philadelphia sports fans don't get the best rap. They threw snowballs at Santa Claus like 60 years ago, and it's been downhill ever since then. They boo. Everyone thinks that they're like the meanest fan base.
Going downhill.
We're just the most passionate.
Yeah, that's what Philadelphia fans
Tell me,
say to defend them.
I think it might have been Embiid that said it the other day that like actually I don't remember who said it, but somebody made a comment and basically just saying like Philadelphia fans are the best fans, and like just like it wasn't Embiid because they had said coming from somewhere else, like just like Philly fans are different, that they're genuine and they're the most passionate. They're just people say it all the time.
The people that play in Philly say it, and the like outsiders, the people who.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah. Outsiders hate us.
Exactly. So we're gonna try to change that a little bit. We're gonna try to
I like it.
do our part to shift the narrative, and try to get some more positivity towards just like Philadelphia fans in general, but also some positivity towards the team, because there is some credibility to the claims that Philadelphia fans are like angry, because we are. A lot of Philadelphia fans, the Philadelphia fan base in general, does tend to have kind of a short fuse. I'll give people that. But we're not like the mean fan base everybody thinks we are. So I think that the three of us are the perfect representatives for the group of Philadelphia sports fans who are actually nice. And so I believe the title we settled on was just The Nice Guys, which isn't incredibly creative. But The Nice Guys talking about Philadelphia sports. And so from now on, Philadelphia sports segment, when we talk about them, we're going to try to change the narrative and be more positive and uplifting about Philadelphia sports, because there's too much negative stuff going around with criticism of Philadelphia fans, and so we're going to do our part to change that.
We have to set one rule.
No talking about Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, because then it would be
Or Ben
impossible.
Simmons.
Yep, those
Or
are the
Ben
two.
Simmons.
Because
That's
then it
what
would
I
be
was gonna
impossible
say.
to be
Can't talk
possible.
about either of those
Yeah.
guys.
And we can't
So,
compare
if we're gonna be
JJ
nice,
Ortega
we can't do
Whiteside
those.
No,
with
that-
who we could have drafted.
Yep.
We can't
We
exclude
can't get
every
mad at
bad.
Howie.
We can't exclude every bad Philly move, but I think those two guys are the guys that have to stay out of this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we go from the nice guys to the bad guys.
The try guys.
What?
Nope.
I meant the bad guys.
Yep.
Because, yeah, Simmons and Reagor, that one could get out of control real quick. But, like, with Howie or Ortega Whiteside or the Phillies not making the playoffs for the last decade, like, those we can spin. But Simmons and Reagor, it's just, no, we're not even going to try.
It's
So,
unspinnable.
yeah, we'll start off, it's a, what's it called? Now I'm going to forget the phrase.
It's a
where it's like,
I don't know.
it's like a slow release, where it's like you get bits and pieces of something until, like, the full thing
build
is
up.
announced. Maybe. I
A
don't.
tease.
Kind of. It's some type of release. It's like a slow build of a
A
release
slow
where it's like
release?
a bit here, a bit here, a bit here, a bit here. Yeah, slow. We're gonna give you a slow lease of the Nice Guys Philadelphia sports talk. So we'll start off
A
with.
tidbit.
We'll do the Phillies. I'm
A sneak peek.
I've given up at this point. Well, because it's not a sneak peek. It's like it's its own thing, but it's just not the full thing.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like a puzzle piece, but multiple pieces. But no, okay. The Phillies have opening day on Friday against the Oakland A's. Aaron Nola will be on the bump because he's just the best. It's also because Zach Wheeler was better than him last year, but Zach Wheeler is having some health issues, and so he's probably going to start within the first 5 games, just probably 4th or 5th, just to make sure he's 100%. So Phillies offense made some very big additions. Kyle
They
Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, 2 power hitting corner outfielders because we already had Bryce Harper, and so we were like,
Yes.
you know what, we'll add another one.
And
now,
then another one.
the DH being added
Another
is
one.
huge because it wouldn't make sense to sign both of them
Yeah.
if the DH rule were not in effect. But
Completely
as of
agree.
this year, there will be a DH in the NL and the AL.
We absolutely loaded our lineup this year, and I think our offensive lineup is one of the
It
one
can
of the
match
best.
up with anyone in the league.
Agreed. It is one of the better ones out there, and I think that's not where we're going to struggle too much this season. I think we're going to see a lot of, and even last year you saw it a little bit, especially towards the end of their season. Our lineup was kind of where we saw our strengths, but I think a lot of our struggle is going to be in pitching and not a super deep bullpen.
The starting pitching, I feel good about if they're healthy.
Yeah.
Wheeler, Nola, Eflin, Suarez,
Yeah.
Gibson. That's a solid rotation. That's top 10 when they're all healthy.
Yeah.
The bullpen is just always a question mark, and the defense, I might have to get down. What is it? What's a downgrade from a question mark? Like, we know it's bad. It's just like a thumbs down emoji. That's our defense. It's very bad. So
Very bad might be an overstatement. We want to stay positive.
Oh, good point. Our defense has a lot of room to improve.
There are plenty of room. There's plenty of room for improvement.
The best way I heard, I will give, I'm not coming up with this on my own. The best way I've heard the Phillies roster this year described is that it's a video game team. Which I think it is. It's like,
That's
it's the team
accurate.
you put together in a video game where you're like, we're just going to get all the guys that hit a bunch of home runs.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
When you build a team in Madden, are you focusing heavily on your defensive players? No, you're drafting
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
That's like drafting a bunch of offensive and defensive linemen in Madden. No, you
Yeah.
draft the skill positions.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends. If you're a common fan, you go with the home runs. Or you go with the quarterbacks, the running
Mhm.
backs. If you're actually a skilled competitive player, who's in it for like to win, like
Mhm.
tournaments and stuff, you go with a well-rounded team. So that does not bode well for the Phillies at all.
Well, but
It's like we're saying, yeah, Phillies, you guys are like the common person playing a video game.
You're a 12-year-old playing Madden.
Yeah.
but sometimes 12-year-olds are really good at Madden.
Yeah, but they're not as good as that 20-year-old that's been grinding since they were 12.
Yeah, but
Since
like,
Madden,
Yeah.
like one.
Yeah.
would you rather have? It's like the drafting the defensive center fielder, who a lot of people have said we need, and I don't completely disagree. It'd be nice to have a center fielder who's really good at defense because we just need someone. Drafting the defensive center fielder is like drafting that 97 overall left tackle in Madden.
Yeah.
Or
and the pros get that guy.
you could
Yeah.
take that nice 99 speed, 95 overall wide receiver. And that's like getting our incredible offense.
Yeah, and the pros don't draft that guy.
But it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
it doesn't win you games.
Especially in Citizens Bank Park. And we're supposed to be positive, Parker.
Oh, yeah.
In Citizens Bank Park, it's a hitter's ballpark. Some shorter porches, especially in right field. We've seen Bryce hit some bombs there. Schwarber's also a lefty. A lot of bombs to right field this year.
That's
and
where
so
you should be sitting as a fan.
Yes, tickets in right field over left field for sure. So it's going to be really entertaining. They might lose some games 9-8, but they might win some games 10-1. So it's going to be a fun team to watch. And you even see that a little bit in
spring training too.
Yes, they've scored so many runs in spring training.
Yeah.
I actually want to check spring training games. I feel like they've scored over 7 almost every single time. I would say they've scored over 7 runs in 75% of their spring training games. I have no way to check that stat, but it's a very, very good offense. And it'll be entertaining. I saw the name Broad Street Bombers. I believe that was stolen from a previous team that the Phillies had that hit a lot of home runs. But Broad Street Bombers is such a cool nickname. And they're definitely going to do that because they have 5 guys in their lineup that are probably going to hit 30-plus home runs.
How many?
Which is ridiculous. 5 out of the 9 guys in their lineup could hit 30-plus. 4 of them could hit 40.
Wow.
If
How
they're
many
all
can hit
healthy.
50?
They've only scored over 7
1.
runs in 5 games.
Maybe 1. In 5 games, how many have they played?
14 plus 1, 2, 3, 17.
So 5 out of 17 isn't quite 75%.
It's less than 25%.
It's more like 20%. It's the inverse. Really? I guess they have had
when you're a fan, you blow numbers out of proportion. So
I was ignoring the ties. They've had like 3 ties as well. But Bryce leading the team in home runs with 6. That's fantastic. So yeah, the Phillies season last year, Luke and I in the playoff push, we were like Acuna Jr.'s
They
hurt
have 81 total runs so far
in 17 games. That's good. That's good. There's the positive spin. But yeah, in the playoff push last year, Luke and I were like, this is the time. The Mets are stumbling. Acuna's out for the Braves.
I remember
this
you
is
guys
our
saying
one shot at it. And then they blew it.
Yeah, and I remember me saying and being the reasonable one and saying, like, no, just because you're a fan doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs. Like this, they're not going to make the playoffs. Like,
and then they didn't.
And so now and you said
and
that was their one
are,
chance, or else the next 5 years they weren't going to make it.
Back at it.
That's what I thought.
And hopes are high once again. I can't help it, dude. I don't remember a Phillies
Genuinely
team
do not
making the playoffs.
Nope.
My consciousness as a Phillies fan starts in 2014. And the last time they made the playoffs was 2011.
Yep.
It's bad.
How about you, Luke? When does your consciousness... Like, what's the first Phillies team you remember?
I wrote a paper in 6th grade detailing why the Phillies would finally make the playoffs the next year. That was 6 years ago.
They still have... You should write another one. You should redo it.
Dude, I should have done that as my research paper for Sports Lit.
Redoing.
Why the Phillies will make the playoffs this time.
Yeah.
Duh, that's such a good idea. Yeah. 6 years later.
6 years later. And just compare your writing skills.
Wait, no, that's before.
I did call that Aaron Nola would be our ace of the future. I also said Michael Franco would be the third baseman of the future. So, pros and cons. Didn't quite hit them all. That was when do you remember Dominic Brown?
Yes.
Does your Phillies fandom go back that far?
Dominic Brown
was so
very
good.
Very slightly.
He was
I remember the name.
He was our right fielder. He came up. He was like the young guy on the like 2010-11 teams that were crazy good. And then it was like his time to shine. 2014 or 15, he hit like 27 first half home runs. Some crazy pace, made the All-Star game. Sweet left-handed swing in right field, kind of like Bryce Harper. And then just gone. I don't know what happened to him. He was just terrible, fizzled out the rest of his career.
Oof,
but that first half of the season, it was amazing. And then, yeah, it's been kind of tragedy ever since for the Phillies with their prospects and whatnot. They haven't drafted well at all. So I think I talked about Dominic
It's hard
Brown
to
in that
draft when you're
piece also.
drafting high schoolers.
That's true.
I mean,
baseball
and
drafts
then you
are
don't see him in the
incredibly
MLB,
hard.
and you don't see him in the MLB for
5 years.
Yeah.
which is why nobody
also makes
likes
him quite
the
boring.
MLB draft.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's
like
true.
It. I don't watch
Another
the
negative.
As a
You
baseball
should have
fan,
talked
I don't
about that
follow
in
it.
your. You should have talked about that.
Yeah.
In your
the
paper.
draft doesn't get any hype.
Nope. Zero.
It
hype.
doesn't deserve it either.
Because it doesn't, it's like, all right, that was cool.
We'll see you in
See
5
you
years. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. And it's also so hard to project. Like football, you can make more direct projections.
Yeah.
Baseball, it's like, yep, here's this 18-year-old kid. Next time we see him, he'll probably be like 2 inches taller and weigh much more. And who knows if his arm's going to hold up and all of that. Like, it's so hard to predict those things. And the Phillies haven't done a great job of it. But they're turning a corner. They've got some good prospects on the team now. They drafted Alec Boehm. They drafted Bryson Stott.
And Alec Boehm had a great year last year.
No, he didn't.
2
years ago. He had
I'm
a
trying
great
to
end
be
of the
positive.
year.
Yeah, he had a great year last year.
Do you still have that
2 years
baseball
ago.
card?
I do.
Has it gone up
There
in
you go.
value?
Oh, it's definitely
No,
down.
it's definitely
It's
down.
so far
He
down.
dropped
right
down
now.
last year, so
Dang.
Yeah, he
he
literally
got
dropped
sent to
down
the, he
to
got
Triple
sent to the
A.
minors. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And now he's battling Bryson Stott, probably for the third base job. But the Phillies had not done a great job drafting over the last few years.
Wait, so you were saying-
but they're trying to turn it around now.
So they turn it around. So they got this new guy who's doing
Stott,
okay.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and then Boehm is.
Also doing
Ish.
okay.
We're hoping he has
Shaky.
a bounce back season.
Yeah.
He had his sophomore slump. We're hoping he
Reese,
has his
I think-
junior jump.
I think Reese is going to come out strong this year.
Reese is actually
Oh,
underrated
Reese-
at this point.
Reese Hopkins.
Hoskins.
Reese Hoskins has gone from we also drafted him.
Yeah.
I think, or maybe we traded for him in the minors. But he's been in he came through our minor league system. He's actually become underrated. Like he's been a bit overshadowed by the new acquisitions. He's still so good. He'll probably be like the X factor of our lineup actually. And then they have they've drafted a lot of young pitchers that they're hoping will come up through the ranks
Yeah.
eventually.
If you draft enough, it's like the Phillies are a pitching factory. If you draft enough, you'll
could.
have a good one, just like the Eagles.
Yep. Quarterback
QB
factory, pitching factory.
Exactly. It's the
There
law
you
of it's the law of large numbers. The more you
You
draft,
just keep
the better the percentage.
Yeah.
If you think about it, baseball's such a weird, like, just the way that it's structured. Like, you get drafted into the minors, which are basically just small teams of big teams. Whereas, like, you look at a sport like
small
football,
teams and big teams.
like,
yeah.
you look at a sport like like football, and it's like you play in high school, then you play in college, and then you enter the draft, and then you get drafted onto a pro team. And whether you're, like, obviously your first rounders, like, they're all going to be starters, but, like, you've also got bench players, and you've got practice squad.
Well,
which-
even if you
and, like-
drafted in the first round, you might not be a starter.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But, like, that's what you've got. And, like, I don't know, baseball's just weird.
Imagine
and it's the NBA is a little similar because the NBA
G
teams are
League.
G League affiliate teams,
Mm.
like James Wiseman,
Mm.
like Klay Thompson. They play for the G League affiliate team of the Warriors. But yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
imagine if there was if college football, like if the NCAA and college football just like stopped running on their own and they all became free agents, and then the 32 NFL teams had a draft and like they each got to pick 5 college teams to be their minor league system.
Wow.
And they could just
that'd be
pull
How
guys in and out
badly
of the-
would you want Alabama to be your minor league system?
Oh, Alabama,
Easy number 1 pick.
You would pay so much money. There
Yeah.
would be a huge betting war between like Los Angeles.
No, this is bad
and
because
New York.
Jerry Jones would have the most money and he'd win the bidding war, and
No,
the
he
Cowboys
would.
would get Alabama as
You're
their
right.
farm system.
That's bad,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't do
This is a
that.
horrible idea.
How do we
I love this
determine-
idea, but I hate this
How do
idea.
we determine who gets to draft first?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, how would you
Alabama,
decide that?
Clemson would totally be number 2.
It could be 50%
You got probably
bidding
get some
war.
LSU up in there.
Yeah,
LSU would be way
Oklahoma,
high up there.
or not Oklahoma anymore. USC now that they have Lincoln
Yeah,
Riley,
USC.
they'd be up there. Who else? Notre Dame. You'd probably want Notre Dame.
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
pretty high.
They're always pretty solid. Penn State would be up there.
Yeah, they would be up
Ohio
there.
State. Ohio State. You'd want
They'd
that.
be
Definitely.
top 5.
Yeah.
Ohio State would be probably number 4 or 5.
Yeah. So it'd
We
obviously be
also
a
got
snake
Michigan
draft.
up there.
Maybe you could do a hybrid where it's like you combine.
Who would Philly want? Because they don't have the most money. Like, who would they get with their first
Who would
round
be
choice?
like mid range?
Probably PA. You would want to try and get.
We'd try to stay local. Penn State might be a bit
Penn State.
high, depending on where you're at in the draft. They'd probably go Penn State
I would say they
as
might
like a
be able to
top
get Penn
option.
State.
Maybe they would just do it regionally. So who would get Alabama? What team is like? What
Where's-
NFL?
where's
would the
Alabama
Saints,
located?
Would New Orleans get Alabama?
But they would have LSU and Alabama.
Oh my word!
The Saints
Oh,
are
it would just be all of the Southeast teams would get the SEC and they'd be the best.
they'd be
This
the
is
best.
not.
Yeah.
No, we can't do it regionally.
Yeah, no.
Then the NFL would just become college because it'd all be regional. No.
All the best teams are in
We
the
just
South.
went full circle. Like, what if the NFL just drafted players from that region? That'd be so cool. Oh no, wait, that's college.
Yeah.
That was
just
great.
like the next step.
We just skipped, or no, we added a step.
Yeah.
We just added a completely unnecessary step.
Yeah.
That was great. So that let's wrap up Nice Guys Philadelphia sports talk with our Phillies season predictions. You want to go first, Luke?
No,
or should
I don't wanna go
Okay.
first.
I think that the Phillies will get to 90 wins for the first time since they made the playoffs in 2011. They had 102 wins that year.
Oh, and
It was a tragic collapse. They went from 102 wins in 2011 to like 81, either 80 or 81 in 2012. It was quite the decline. So they get to 90 this year. They finished 90 and 72. They don't win the division. They finish behind the Mets, but from second place in the division, they get a wild card spot. And they make the playoffs for the first time in 11 years.
I don't want you to be disappointed.
They're not going to hit 90. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think we go mid 80s.
Okay. Again, they went 80 and 82 last year.
Yeah, I think we finished above 500. Barely.
Or I messed up. They went 82 and 80 last year. It was their first time finishing over 500 in 9 years.
Yeah, we're going to finish above 500 this year, just barely. I think we'll squeeze the playoffs, but I don't think we make it too far past.
Like the last.
As much as I
wild card
really
team.
would love to. I don't think.
I would say in a one-game scenario, one-game wild card, or even a best-of-3 wild card, I would like our chances if we go Wheeler, Nola, and then Efler, Suarez.
Yeah.
But like our top of our rotation is great. Then when you get into a 7-game series, we'd be in trouble. So.
I mean, I think I'm being generous, but I'll give them 70 wins. I don't think they're going to get there, but we'll call it for what it is. This is supposed to be a happy part of the segment.
Yep.
So 70.
We're supposed to be the nice Philadelphia fans. The
70
angry, mean ones would say
and-
something worse.
What? 90 something?
70 and 92 would be
70
if
and
they got
92.
70.
Yeah. But I mean, if
Not great.
we're doing it not on this, I would say something a little different. But
Okay, yeah. It would be worse.
it'd be worse.
Oof,
Yeah.
That's
But
rough.
We'll say
Okay.
70 and 92.
Wow.
Family friendly.
And that's
Not the
Parker being
Orioles.
nice. Family friendly. We are family friendly. Yeah, that's another thing. There's a lot of sports talk, not just Philadelphia, but there's a lot of sports talk that's not family friendly. Looking at you, Barstool. And so we're, we're family friendly, the nice guys, Philadelphia sports. So you're welcome for that. This episode's been going on for a pretty long time. Go Phillies. They'll have finally started the season. They should have started it by now, but the whole lockout, everything.
Well,
They'll have finally started the season by the time we record our next episode. So that's exciting. You guys are about to, if you're listening to this on a Monday, find out the national championship. If you're listening after Monday, you know whether Kansas or North Carolina is the national champion. Don't say go Tar Heels too much, though. Jayhawks aren't real.
Yep.
And Blue Bloods came from royalty.
I got ice in
In
my
Europe.
veins. I got ice. Check my chain.
Oh, ice in your vein. That's good, too, because ice can look blue. Wow. That was good.